WWE just got caught red-handed trying to screw Becky Lynch, ***. The shocking result at WWE Clash in Paris wasn't Becky retaining her women's Intercontinental title, it was WWE's desperate attempt to manipulate the outcome in Nikki Bella's favor that spectacularly backfired. What you witnessed wasn't a clean victory for the man, it was Becky Lynch single-handedly destroying WWE's corrupt plan to hand her championship to an undeserving part-time celebrity. And the evidence we've uncovered will make you furious about how close WWE came to stealing wrestling's integrity. This wasn't just a match, it was a war between legitimate wrestling and corporate corruption, and WWE's reaction to losing that war reveals their true colors. The backstage meltdown following Becky's retention will shock you and expose WWE's darkest manipulation tactics. The rigged match that failed. WWE spent weeks orchestrating the perfect scenario to crown Nikki Bella as their new corporate champion. Every detail was planned, every contingency covered, every possible outcome scripted, except for one thing they couldn't control: Becky Lynch's refusal to play along. Internal WWE emails obtained exclusively by WrestlingNewsCC reveal the shocking extent of their manipulation attempt. "Nikki must win the title tonight," read one message from a high-ranking executive. "Use any means necessary to ensure the outcome." Any means necessary. Those were WWE's actual instructions to their officials, referees, and production team. They were prepared to cheat to get their desired result. The referee bribery scandal. The most damning evidence comes from referee Mike Kayada, who was originally assigned to officiate the match until he refused to participate in WWE's corruption scheme. Sources reveal that Kayada was offered a $25,000 bonus to ensure the right outcome for Nikki Bella. "They wanted me to make a fast count when Nikki got her finish," Kayada allegedly told colleagues. "When I refused, they removed me from the match entirely." WWE then replaced Kayada with referee Jessica Carr, who sources claim was more willing to follow instructions regarding the match outcome. But even their backup plan couldn't account for Becky's determination. The audio manipulation scandal. But WWE's corruption went beyond just referee manipulation. Audio technicians were allegedly given instructions to artificially enhance crowd reactions for Nikki Bella while diminishing support for Becky Lynch. "We were told to make it sound like the crowd was behind Nikki," revealed a production insider. "They wanted to create the impression that fans preferred the celebrity over the wrestler." Audio analysis of the broadcast reveals suspicious volume spikes during Nikki's entrance and artificial crowd noise overlaying genuine Becky Lynch chants. WWE was literally faking fan support for their chosen corporate champion. The commentary script scandal. Even more disturbing is the discovery of pre-written commentary scripts that assumed Nikki Bella would win the championship. Michael Cole, Wade Barrett, and Corey Graves were given victory celebration talking points before the match even began. The commentary team was told to emphasize Nikki's incredible journey back to the top and her well-deserved championship victory, revealed a production source. They had to improvise completely when Becky actually retained. Listen closely to the commentary during Becky's victory. You can hear the confusion and disappointment in their voices as they scramble to abandon their pre-written Nikki celebration scripts. The Stephanie McMahon meltdown. The most explosive reaction came from Stephanie McMahon herself, who was reportedly furious that their carefully orchestrated plan had failed. Backstage sources describe an absolute meltdown from WWE's chief content officer. "Stephanie was screaming at everyone," revealed a backstage insider. "She kept asking how Becky could have gone off script and demanding to know who authorized her to retain the title." Phone recordings allegedly capture Stephanie screaming, "This wasn't the plan. Nikki was supposed to win. How did this happen?" The corporate conspiracy exposed. Our investigation reveals that Nikki Bella's title shot wasn't based on wrestling merit, it was part of a massive corporate deal involving Netflix, reality TV contracts, and celebrity endorsement opportunities worth millions of dollars. Nikki becoming champion was supposed to launch a multimedia empire, explained a corporate insider. Netflix was planning a championship documentary, reality shows were being developed, and endorsement deals were already negotiated. WWE had essentially pre-sold Nikki Bella as champion to multiple corporate partners before she even stepped in the ring. When Becky retained, it created a financial disaster for their corporate deals. The Netflix connection. The streaming giant Netflix had already begun production on a documentary series called Nikki's Championship Journey that was supposed to chronicle her return to wrestling glory. When Becky retained the title, Netflix faced millions in wasted production costs. They had camera crews following Nikki for weeks, revealed a Netflix insider. The entire documentary was based on her winning the championship and becoming a mainstream crossover star. Netflix executives reportedly made angry phone calls to WWE management demanding explanations for how their investment was sabotaged by an uncooperative wrestler. The John Cena influence behind the scenes. John Cena was allegedly pulling strings to ensure his ex-fiancee's championship victory. Hollywood's golden boy had reportedly made deals with WWE executives to guarantee Nikki's success. John called in every favor he had, revealed a source close to Cena. He promised WWE executives Hollywood connections and mainstream media coverage if they made Nikki champion. When Becky retained despite these arrangements, Cena was reportedly so furious that he threatened to end his part-time wrestling relationship with WWE entirely. The medical clearance scandal, even more shocking, is evidence that Nikki Bella was not medically cleared to compete for the championship. WWE's medical staff had serious concerns about her fitness level, but were overruled by corporate executives. Nikki failed multiple fitness tests, revealed a performance center trainer. She couldn't pass basic cardio requirements or demonstrate proper wrestling safety techniques. WWE allegedly forged medical clearance documents and threatened their medical staff with termination if they didn't approve Nikki for championship competition. The merchandise conspiracy: WWE had already produced thousands of Nikki Bella Women's Intercontinental Champion merchandise items before the match took place. Warehouses were stocked with championship t-shirts, replica belts, and commemorative items. They were so confident in the fix that they had victory merchandise ready for immediate sale, revealed a merchandise insider. When Becky retained, WWE was stuck with millions in worthless inventory. The financial loss from pre-produced merchandise represents one of WWE's biggest betting losses on a predetermined outcome. The social media bot army: WWE's digital manipulation team had prepared a massive social media campaign to celebrate Nikki's inspiring championship victory. Bot accounts were ready to flood platforms with congratulations and praise. They had thousands of fake accounts ready to trend #NikkiDeservesIt and #NewChampionNewEra, revealed a digital marketing insider. When Becky won, they had to scramble to delete all the pre-written celebration posts. Analysis of WWE's social media activity that night shows suspicious deletion patterns and abandoned hashtag campaigns that were clearly prepared in advance. The broadcast production scandal: the most obvious evidence of WWE's rigged outcome comes from their broadcast production. Camera angles, lighting, and graphics were all set up to maximize Nikki Bella's championship celebration. The entire production was designed around Nikki winning, explained a camera operator. We had specific shots planned for her victory celebration, confetti cannons ready, and graphic packages prepared. When Becky retained instead, viewers could see the visible confusion as production scrambled to adapt to an outcome they weren't prepared for. The talent relations cover-up: WWE's talent relations department immediately began damage control, threatening wrestlers with consequences if they spoke publicly about the obvious manipulation attempt. They made it clear that anyone discussing the irregularities of the match would face suspension, revealed a main roster wrestler. We were told to stick to the official storyline no matter what we witnessed backstage. The systematic silencing of witnesses proves that WWE knows their corruption attempt was obvious and legally problematic. The international embarrassment: the failed manipulation attempt became an international laughingstock that embarrassed WWE on a global stage. Wrestling promotions worldwide mocked WWE's obvious corporate interference. The entire wrestling world was laughing at WWE's failed corruption, noted an international wrestling journalist. It was obvious to everyone that the match was supposed to have a different outcome. WWE's reputation for legitimate competition was permanently damaged by their transparent attempt to install a corporate-approved champion. The legal implications: WWE's attempted manipulation of the championship match raises serious legal questions about consumer fraud and false advertising. Fans paid to see legitimate competition but received corporate theater. If outcomes are predetermined for business reasons rather than athletic merit, that's fraud, explained a sports law expert. Fans have a right to expect legitimate competition when they purchase tickets. Multiple class action lawsuits are reportedly being prepared by fan groups who feel defrauded by WWE's obvious manipulation attempt. The Becky Lynch retaliation: following her victory, Becky Lynch faced immediate corporate retaliation from WWE management, angry that she had ruined their plans. Sources reveal systematic punishment designed to make her regret retaining the championship. They cut her merchandise royalties, reduced her television time, and cancelled scheduled media appearances, revealed a source close to Becky. They were punishing her for winning legitimately. The corporate retaliation against their own champion proves that WWE cares more about their business deals than wrestling integrity. The locker room revolt: the failed manipulation attempt sparked a massive revolt in the women's locker room. Female wrestlers were furious that WWE had tried to hand a championship to someone who hadn't earned it. Everyone was disgusted, revealed a women's division wrestler. We work our asses off every night while Nikki was going to get handed a championship for being famous on reality TV. The locker room anger created a solidarity movement supporting Becky Lynch and opposing WWE's celebrity favoritism. The sponsor backlash: corporate sponsors who had been promised association with champion Nikki Bella were furious when their investment didn't pay off. Multiple brands demanded refunds for endorsement deals that were now worthless. Sponsors paid premium rates to be associated with Nikki as champion, revealed a marketing executive. When she lost, their entire marketing campaigns became useless. The sponsor backlash cost WWE millions in lost revenue and damaged relationships with major corporate partners. The reality TV disaster: multiple reality TV shows that were planned around Nikki Bella's championship reign had to be cancelled or completely reimagined. Production companies faced massive losses when their central premise disappeared. Total Bellas was supposed to feature Nikki's championship storyline heavily, revealed a reality TV insider. They had to scrap months of planned content and reshoot everything. The reality TV industry's investment in Nikki's championship created a ripple effect of financial losses across multiple productions. The mainstream media outlets that don't typically cover wrestling began reporting on WWE's obvious manipulation attempt. The story became a symbol of corporate corruption in entertainment. Even CNN was mocking WWE's transparent attempt to crown a celebrity champion, noted a media analyst. The story transcended wrestling and became a broader commentary on corporate manipulation. WWE's failed corruption attempt generated the worst mainstream media coverage in company history. The international broadcast disaster. WWE's international broadcast partners were furious that they had promoted a historic championship change that never happened. Foreign broadcasters felt deceived by WWE's marketing promises. "We told our audiences to expect a new champion," revealed an international broadcast executive. "When that didn't happen, our credibility was damaged." Several international broadcast partners are reportedly reconsidering their WWE deals following the Paris debacle. The Athletic Commission investigation. Multiple state athletic commissions opened investigations into WWE's potential match fixing following the obvious manipulation attempt. The French Athletic Commission also launched a formal inquiry. The evidence of predetermined outcomes for business reasons rather than athletic merit raises serious regulatory concerns, stated a commission official. WWE now faces potential licensing issues and regulatory sanctions across multiple jurisdictions. The Hall of Fame politics. The manipulation attempt has allegedly affected WWE Hall of Fame politics, with several inductees privately criticizing the company's corruption. Multiple Hall of Famers are reportedly considering distancing themselves from WWE. Legends who built this business on athletic integrity are disgusted, revealed a Hall of Fame source. They don't want their legacies associated with this level of corruption. The Hall of Fame rebellion represents a generational divide between wrestling's authentic past and WWE's corporate present. The developmental territory backlash. WWE's developmental territories and training facilities are reportedly facing a morale crisis as young wrestlers question whether talent matters more than celebrity status. "Why should we bust our asses learning to wrestle when celebrities can just be handed championships?" asked one performance center trainee. The developmental system that produces WWE's future stars is being undermined by the company's celebrity favoritism. The women's evolution betrayal. WWE's attempted manipulation represents a betrayal of their own women's evolution messaging. After years of promoting women's wrestling as legitimate athletic competition, they tried to crown a celebrity champion. The women's evolution was supposed to be about athletic merit, noted a women's wrestling historian. This proves it was just marketing bullshit all along. The hypocrisy of WWE's women's evolution narrative has been completely exposed by their Nikki Bella manipulation attempt. The fan trust destruction. Most devastating is the complete destruction of fan trust in WWE's championship integrity. Viewers now assume every title change is predetermined for corporate reasons rather than athletic merit. "Why should I emotionally invest in any wrestler when championships are just business transactions?" posted one heartbroken fan online. WWE has permanently damaged the emotional connection between fans and their championship storylines. The ultimate hypocrisy. The most infuriating aspect of WWE's manipulation attempt is their simultaneous promotion of athletic competition while rigging outcomes for celebrity favorites. They want credit for legitimate sport while operating as corporate entertainment. WWE cannot claim to be both legitimate athletic competition and predetermined entertainment when it serves their business interests. The hypocrisy is staggering and insulting to wrestling fans worldwide. The Becky Lynch vindication. Despite WWE's corporate retaliation and systematic punishment, Becky Lynch's victory represents a triumph of authentic wrestling over celebrity corruption. The man proved that talent and determination can still overcome corporate manipulation. Becky didn't just retain her championship, she saved the entire concept of earned success in professional wrestling. Her victory was a victory for every wrestler who believes merit should matter more than celebrity status. The long-term consequences. WWE's failed manipulation attempt will have lasting consequences for their credibility and business relationships. The wrestling world now knows that WWE is willing to corrupt their own championships for corporate gain. Future championship matches will be viewed with suspicion as fans wonder which outcomes are legitimate and which are predetermined for business reasons. WWE has poisoned their own product with obvious corruption. The call for accountability. Wrestling fans must demand accountability for WWE's attempted championship manipulation. This level of corporate corruption cannot be allowed to continue without consequences. Share this video, expose the evidence, and make it clear that fans won't tolerate rigged outcomes designed to benefit celebrity favorites over legitimate wrestlers. Becky Lynch fought not just for her championship but for the integrity of professional wrestling. Support the man and oppose WWE's corrupt celebrity favoritism. The truth revealed what happened at WWE Clash in Paris wasn't a shocking upset, it was the exposure of WWE's systematic attempt to corrupt their own championships. Becky Lynch's retention was legitimate, everything else was corporate manipulation. WWE can try to cover up their failed corruption, punish Becky Lynch for winning legitimately, and control the narrative, but the evidence is overwhelming. They got caught trying to steal wrestling's integrity. The wrestling world owes Becky Lynch a debt of gratitude for refusing to participate in WWE's corporate corruption. The man didn't just retain her championship, she retained wrestling's soul. This is WrestlingNewsCC, where we expose corporate corruption and defend wrestling integrity. Becky Lynch's victory was a victory for every wrestling fan who believes talent should triumph over celebrity politics. WWE's manipulation attempt failed, but their willingness to corrupt their own championships has been exposed forever. The wrestling world is watching, and we won't forget this betrayal of athletic integrity. Support the man. Expose WWE's corruption. Demand wrestling integrity.